Anti-corruption. Hello everyone, my name is Alyssa Sibyl from St. Vincent de Paul under the supervision of Mr. Kent Escriba. Here, I would like to discuss to you this very important topic, which is anti-corruption. Trust. T-R-U-S-T. You heard it right, I spelled the word trust. The four-letter word is very common among all of us. It binds relationship together, thus creating a strong one. When we fall in love, we give them our full trust because we love them. We want the bond to keep it right, resilient. But what if trust messed up? Will you still believe? Anti-corruption comprises activities that oppose and inhibit corruption. Just as corruption takes many forms, anti-corruption efforts vary in scope and in strategy. A general distinction between preventive and reactive measures is sometimes drawn. In such frameworks, investigate authorities and their attempts to unravel corrupt practices would be considered reactive, while education on the negative impact of corruption or firm internal compliance programs are classified as the former. Legal and moral frameworks to reduce corruption date back to antiquity and gained broad international support since the last decade of the 20th century. This particular scenario also symbolized the effect of corruption in our country. Why did I say so? To analogize the scenario, winning the heart of someone starts with fresh flowers, imported chocolates, and sweet promises. This is what exactly happened when the candidates from the elections proposed their ideas on resolving certain political issues, thus acting like a superhero who will save us from the danger. Funny, isn't it? We have been bombarded with irresistible advantages. Once they've got their political will, they'll forget everything that they say when they face the people. When will this act end? We are living in repeating sin without even noticing that it is already becoming a routine, a freaking normal one in the eyes of many. When will people realize that we need to do something to stop corruption? We can just let the poison run in the veins of our beloved country. Our history says it all. We fought for freedom to rule our own land, but what is happening? We are the ones who are running it. We are letting danger invade us. But first, what is corruption? Corruption is any act of dishonesty or unethical conduct by any individual entrusted with a position of power. Several people, especially young students, have a lot of curiosity to know in details about corruption and its repercussion. More some because it is impacting our country's economic growth and prosperity. Everything in this era revolves around the decision made by powerful people in society, particularly governmental people and politicians, and many of them resort gains such as money, luxuries, and even more power. Corruption really affects our country and even our lives. Why? Because it can lead to poverty and shortage of fund upcoming projects of our country. What will happen to us? It can destroy our economy. Why? It is the most needed in those projects and even our trade in our country. We don't need a corrupt politicians. Yes, maybe they are good enough to do their jobs, but being good politicians is not an excuse to steal the money of our country. We don't need a leaders who will overuse their powers for their own needs. We don't need a selfish people, especially when it comes to politics. You are a politician, it means you need to think followers before yourself, before your own. If you want a peaceful country, vote for the right person, a person who will lift up our society and our economy, a person who will listen to his followers, a person who will help people instead of fooling around. Those people who have a good intention for our country, not people who run for the position just for the power. Do not vote the candidate because he or she is cool, an actor, a businessman or woman, and he or she buy your vote. Sometimes you need to think about what will happen if he or she become a leader. Operating in a global market opens your business to bribery and corrupt risk. Regulations demand conciliated third-party due diligence perspective at every stage of operations. We connect your business to industry-recognized risk, intelligence, and analytics across and relationship with customers, vendors, and third-party suppliers to support well-informed decisions that fortify compliance with global anti-bribery acts such as the UK Bribery Act and Anti-Corruption Acts to strengthen your foreign corrupt practices compliance program, anti-bribery and anti-corruption acts and regulation we solve for the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, Anti-Bribery and Corruption Foreign Corrupt Practice Act, California Transparency in Supply Chains Act,